Hi, I'm SAB bringing crafting to you. Today I'm going to make a little tissue box that's ideal for putting in your handbag or perhaps keeping by the side of your bed. So you will need a piece of cardstock that measures 7.5 by 4.25. And I will tell you the DSP sizes we go along. So on your 7.5 inch side, so put it in so you've got the 7.5 inch size, and we're going to score it at 2.25. So we're going to put 2.25 and score. 3.25 and score. 5.5 and score, and 6.5 and score. Then we're going to spin it around for the, have I done that on the wrong side? No, that was right. So the 7.25 inch side, I'm going to score at 1 inch. Uh, 2 inches. And 6.25. 6.25. There, I'm just gonna double check. No, that's right. Yeah. So so this side we scored, the last one was 6.5. Yes, that was correct. And the last one on this one was 6.25. Correct. Yes. So I've done that. Okay, so you can move your trimmer out of the way. So now we'll burnish and score our lines. So this is Bermuda Bay. I think this is a really beautiful colour, really like it. And if you spend £45 on products and Stampin' Up at the moment, you can get this paper that's ombre paper, 48 sheets, 6x6 for free. So I got that, and there we go. And the last one. Okay. And then we're going to cut out. So I'm going to put my 1 inch part facing, so there's 2 inches there. It's going to be facing to the right hand side, and I'm going to cut up all my score lines now. So I'm going to cut up each one of my score lines. Right, and then we're going to notch this end inch part, so just notch that slightly, cut off that, there we go. And same again at the top, I'm going to notch it, and then let's see, notch it, and then I'm going to cut out these two. So these end two, I'm getting a message come up on my phone. There's nothing to Sorry about. Okay, so I will cut off next. So I've got that. I'm just going to look at my template. So this is the template that we're making. So I've cut up all those, and I've cut out those 2 squares. Now I'm going to cut out this square. So I'm going to take that square out all together. Okay, so that square's coming out all together. And I'm going to cut down this score line, and I'm going to slightly, very slightly notch this side and the next, just slightly. Okay, that down to the bottom though, I didn't quite get that, so I'm going to go in again. Okay, there we go. Now I want to cut out these 2. That's right, so I'm cutting out these 2. And the next 2 along, I'm going to completely cut them out. So I'm going to bend that out of my way so that I can cut straight down the score line here. Okay, so that's taking those 2 out. And then I'm going to cut down the 2 score lines here. And I'm going to take off this top one. And then I'm going to just slightly notch either side. Okay, and then I'm going to leave this all together, and now I'm going to round the corners. So I'm going to get my trio punch, and I'm just going to round those corners, make sure that's nice in there, and just going to fold those out of the way so I can round those. So I've got that like that so far. So that's the template so far. Now I'm going to place, before I do any fixing of my box, I'm going to put on my DSP. So my DSP measures 2 inches by 4 inches. So that's going to be for there. And then this one for the bottom part of the box, again 2 inches by 4. And then the 2 strips to go down on these 2 sizes measure 3/4 of an inch by 4 again. Okay, so I'm going to place those down to start with. So on the back you've got the Blushing Bride is on the back of this, and it's Bermuda Bay on the top. So just making sure that I've got equal increments all the way round. This gives quite a big border on that. And then that, no, yeah, I'm going to do it that way. Okay, so just make sure that you've got an equal increment all the way round. Roll on summer when I have got better lighting. Okay, and then this one. Again, making sure you've got the nice equal increments all the way round. And then the last one. You can see how the paper fades in and out, giving that ombre effect. Okay, oops. It's going to go on there. Again, making sure I've got equal increments all the way around. And then we're going to put on the top and the bottom now. So we want some on the top, and we want it to go on this part of the bottom. So it's 1, 2, 3 in either way for your bottom piece. That's going to go on the bottom. And making sure that you've got equal increments. So as you can see the panels I was counting from here, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, it doesn't matter which way you go in, you're going to have that. And then the top you're going to put on this flap here. Oh, there we go. So that can go there. Making sure you've got your equal increments. Right. So now what we need to do is you need an oval die. So I've got my oval die out. I did have an oval. Yeah, here it is. So the oval die, and I'm going to punch before I forget. So this one where you've put the flap at the bottom, turn it round. This is the 1.5. You can do whatever you like. I'm just getting it equal distance in, and I'm just doing it before the DSP. So it's just lining up there, just about the DSP. That when we've got it all together will just help you to get this flap in and out. Okay, so going back to this, and on this one here, so again it's the third one in either way. We're going to put this in the middle, and we're going to use our die cutting machine to cut that out. Now if you've got something long that you could stick, and you've got a punch that would stick a hole in there, you could do that. But it works out better if you've got this. Now I was just looking for some tape, and didn't want to get any fresh, and just otherwise it's too sticky, and I didn't really want to get too sticky. I have seen a post-it note. I think I'll go for a couple of post-it notes on it, because I really don't want it to tear my paper. I don't want to get any fresh. So I'm just making sure that I've got equal sides and then an equal top and bottom, and just gonna make sure that's held in place by my post-it note. And to actually put this into your die cutting machine, what you want to do is just, they're okay, but I'm going to fold them in. So I'm going to fold them in like that, and then put my thing in there and wind it through. And I'm not going to even go to the end. I'm going to bring it back. That cuts it. Now don't forget it's going through the DSP and your card. So I'm just making sure that it's done it. I'm going to remove my post-it note carefully, because I don't want it to rip any of my paper. So that's given you a beautiful oval shape there. You could do a smaller oval than this. Save that, because you can use that on a card for an accent piece. So we're just going to move this out of the way. I love my Sizzix fold away, because it takes up less room. So, and the handle twisting, so we'll pop that out of the way. So what we're going to do now is make sure your folds are still there, and so we're just bringing this edge up here. Now I'm just to make sure that it sticks, and this, by the way, was the stitch framelets, and this is the second size up if you wanted to. I've used a different one on this, a smaller one. This happens to be a bit longer. The one underneath this is too tiny, so anything around those type of sizes is fine. Okay, so I'm going to use a bit of strong adhesive tape, just because I'm filming and I want it to be able to be used straight away. So I'm going to use the really strong adhesive tape, but you could just use tear and tape, you could use just glue. So I'm going to put that down like that, and then tear. That's it, and then put glue on the rest. So here we go. That's it, and then if we just fold this down, and we just fold that down, then this should be about in the right position. If it's not, just lift it up slightly, making sure that your score lines go together. So I want to make sure that those two score lines are going together. When you're happy that those score lines are together, then you can come up and push it down, give it a good squash, and that's your shape. So then we're just going to fold the bottom in. Now you could take some off there if you wanted to. I think I'm going to notch these in a little bit more, so I'm just going to take a little bit off here and here. See if I can get that off. So notch those before you glue it together. I didn't think I did this on the original, but I'm going to do it on this one now. And then just notch it on there. So we can just bring those in. So they're going to be brought in. That folds like that, and then that folds over the top. I'm going to take a slight bit off and wedge slightly in here as well, I think. Just a slight bit. And do it again. So normally I do this on all of them, but I thought this was alright without it, so but I've changed my mind. You're better off just taking that fraction off. There we go. So you can either put that one in first and put those two over the top. In fact, that's what I'm going to do because it gives it a neater finish. So I'm just going to put on my tabs either side, and then some on there as well. So just pop those in there like that, and then just put the top like that. A bit of fluff in the way, and just make sure then that you've got it square. So once you've got it square, just pop in your bond folder and just rub down like that. Right, now all I bought, where have I put them, underneath here, is I just got some Beecham's scented tissues. I think I got these from Poundland, and I'm just going to start this off. So in fact now I'm going to take them out. So take them out of the packet. So just keep them all together, and then just pop these into your box. There we go, like that. And then we just put down your tabs and then fold in and press down on your tissues so that you can get your flap at the top there like that. And then just lift up the first one to get it going, and that is your lovely little tissue box all completed and finished. I hope you like that. I think that's a lovely gift to give someone. If you were wanting to do it for a handbag, make this a little bit your oval, take it down a size, and then do another one to fit on the top, so that and put a brad in there so that it swings closed, so you can have it so it swings closed. But I wanted this for by my bedside, so I've made it like that. So I hope you like that. Thank you very much for dropping by and watching. If you'd like to order anything, there is a button to click on my Facebook business page, or message me. If you're watching on YouTube, you can always email me or leave a comment if you want some help, and I'll help you. So thank you very much for watching. Do appreciate it. Please share my videos. Other people might like to make these projects. Thank you. Bye.